99.3 Nigeria Info.
Morning, everybody. You're welcome to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. And today, that ordinarily would have been a dear Bunmi day, unfortunately, because usually on a day like this, the papers come in very, 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 very late, and the e-copy likewise. So we can't grab a copy of the Vanguard that we would have used as material. And had I anticipated, well, we learn every day, I would have told one or two people to call in and present whatever problem they have, like we did the other time. But unfortunately, that is not going to be. Huh?
I have some other ones.
You have some other ones. We would have used them before. Sheriff went into history. But I still have my main person here, Julieta Igbe, who I can always gist with and talk about a few things.
Yep.
Good morning, Juliet. How are you?
Morning.
Sorry, the dear Bunmi that usually would have excited you is not here. But are you ready to come next week if you have the time? And thank you for the cake, though.
You're welcome.
Let me to compensate you. Let me run a half a minute commercial while Sheriff is looking the other way. She's a baker. Would you call her a baker?
Baker and beyond.
What is baker and beyond?
I mean, I'm also into advocacy, backward integration.
No.
How we use
What
millets.
you do is your occupation is baker.
Oh, yes, I'm proud of baker.
The funny thing about these things is tailors have become fashion
designers.
Mechanics have become engineer. Even my radio Nick calls himself engineer.
I hope you know that I chose to be a baker. But I said baker and beyond because I go now more beyond just baking. The advocacy into backward
You
integration.
can run your CV as much as you like, but you're a baker.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'm proud. I'm proud to serve.
That is what puts food on the table and in this belly that I'm looking at. How are you?
Great, fantastic actually.
Well, we might as well use you as a guinea pig.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, we use you as a guinea pig and
Dissect
ask
me.
you what business has been like in the past 1 year of this administration. How well you have fared.
I have struggled and coped and thrived, but I must say
You're
one
still
thing.
alive.
Oh yes, I must say one thing.
Yes.
Because I'm into the industry of comfort feeding. Cakes are
Yes.
like comfort food, so people actually order cakes more now than they ever did before.
No, you're kidding.
I'm not joking.
I would have thought that was the first point that would suffer because to get your normal food. This morning I was joking with Sheriff that I went to a booker and what I noticed in bookers these days, if you ask for meat as your protein, somehow the meat tastes a bit off. I've noticed it not 1, 2, 3 times, and that tells me it's a cross between buying old meat, next day meat, or where you refrigerate the meat. So I opted for kote. A little kote like this, kote in Ojuba, no, just a tiny kote was 1K.
What?
Yes.
Wow. 1 kilo of kote is about 1,000. It's about 4,005 actually. A kilo of kote.
How many
Like,
kotes are in 1
like
kilo?
almost two fish, or like 2.5, without the heads. 2.
Wait a minute. Now you're kidding.
I'm not joking.
So let's do the math. If you say 1 kilo is 2 pieces.
Yes, 2.
Not 2
fish.
cartons.
Not 2 cartons.
Ẹja méjì.
Ẹja méjì péré.
Because I know you speak Yoruba. Where are you from? Delta.
I'm a Nigerian.
Where are you? Where are you?
That's a very technical question because when you say where you're from, it's semantically challenged because see where you're born, where your parents are from, or where you're married
if
into,
you ask
if
you ask where you're born now, you say you're a Lagosian, like some people that I know.
I am
who are not
I am
Lagosian.
socialized Yoruba, but ethnically, my parents are from
They have filled the form is too long. We've given you a form. We've given you a form, state of origin.
That origin is also kind of subjective. What origin? Parental origin or by birth origin?
I'm a daron. But guess what?
Yeah.
In between these jokes, you are hitting something and I'm hoping. I heard one state. I think was it Abia? I don't. One state have said they scrapped the whole idea of state of origin, local government. If you want to fill their own forms, they're not going to be asking you where you're from.
I think that's a great thing because it's triggered a lot of unnecessary dichotomy between.
Are people have allowed the politicians to oversensitize them?
Becomes a tool.
On this. It becomes a tool. I mean, I spoke truth to reality in one of my programs with Sheriff. That some people caught and edited and deliberately, just to discredit me, misrepresented what I said. And I keep saying that, look, the world is dynamic.
Absolutely.
It's dynamic. The United Kingdom has a prime minister of Indian origin.
Yeah.
Whichever way you look at it, it's established that Obama was an African. And that these things are dynamic. You can't be so rigid about these things. And that was misinterpreted by me. I ignored them, as I normally do. It was misinterpreted because all of us know the truth about these things. We split hairs over, and I think it's one, to a large extent, is poverty, and to another extent is lack of deep thinking. When you oversensitize these things, what happens? You put your so-called adversaries on full alert.
Absolutely.
And they beat you to the game. But that's not so. Okay, we'll leave it. I was just going to joke about it of origin anyway. So. But
the good thing about actually identifying with a certain kind of construct of tribe, it makes you an outlier where you're able to see things from a 360 perspective, or like you see big picture thinking.
If you don't have big picture thinking, you can't survive in this environment, in this world. You can't. If you still belong to that old parochial order, you can't survive the world.
You can't.
And guess what? I when this criticism came up, and I had a bit of this. The thing went viral, and I said to myself, the same people that are doing these things want their children to go to America and become citizens. I be visa. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when it doesn't favor them, politicians have done a lot of mischief to Nigeria. And only God would help us. It's also affecting us in the area of religion, but you don't talk. You don't talk about religious matters.
Very divisive conversation to do that. I also checked the list where they said countries that Nigerians can go to without visas.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at those countries, I'm like, hello, they're not countries that's you want to excitedly go.
But you see, the world has realized. The world has realized that you can't go it alone.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be honest about. I don't know why that honesty part is always missing. You can't go it alone. Look at Lagos, for example. When things get heightened politically, we are this, people gas and gas and gas. You are fed from the north.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Whether you like it, you are fed from the north.
And that's a good thing, to have that diversity.
To have that diversity.
You know? So
but like I said, it's a lazy man's approach. You know, when people find that they can't survive the turbulence of what's going on in their environment economically and so on and so forth, then they resort to nonsense things like that, and it's not going to help us. And like I would usually say, the earlier a lot of us actually do get ourselves ready for the oncoming, the better it will be.
What really
the world is not going to be static.
What's the oncoming actually? Do you have any inkling of what the oncoming?
Well, I have a funny feeling that 20 years from now, nationalities will begin to disappear. Amongst the younger folk, it's not that. So people need to brace themselves. Look, the citizens of the United Kingdom. There's the British people.
Mm-hmm.
They've been moved away. Okay, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is of Indian origin. His deputy is Pakistani. The one at Scotland is the same. I think it's Pakistan.
But they still have very English culture.
They still have their very English culture, and that's it. But we are still held on to this parochial view that it must be our child or nothing, Omowani or nobody.
But I think that's a function of lack of education and exposure. The obtuse thinking is triggered by the fact that there's no money, there's no food. So all of that almost convolutedly contributed to this kind of mindset that.
Yeah, where you believe that only your kith and kin can get things done for you. That kind of thinking is not going to get you anywhere.
But that's the reality, actually. There's this in-group identity that if we're not similar, we can't trust each other.
Okay, no. So now, okay, let's get to practicals. We have a president who is of Western origin. What benefit has he been directly to us, apart from packing our sons and daughters in high positions who are playing Robin Hood? That's not going to develop you.
Uncle Jimmy.
Yes, now. That's not. You're not going to develop in that kind of. The elite will probably prosper from that, and a handful of them in reality.
But I must still commend the government in some areas. We just can't cast in aspersions on them.
No, I didn't cast aspersions on them. I
because
just said that.
Look at how they even got there safe. We're the ones that elected them now. So whatever we get as governance, we deserve it.
That is a question we should put to the public now. Did we elect them?
We did, Uncle Jimmy.
You think we did?
We did, because if many of us are keyboard warriors, social media commentators, but when it comes to the actual voting, we don't see them there.
With all the, I'm asking that question in true faith, because all of a sudden I don't think I can answer it. Even the gentleman who is fiddling with his phone and pretending not to hear what we are saying, if you ask him, I don't think he can. Sheriff. What is? Did you hear what we are saying?
Sir, I'm listening. I'm with you, sir.
She said that we voted this government, that they got in by what we will call a simple majority of votes. No hanky-panky inside.
Uncle Jimmy, what is voting? Voting means whether you cast your vote or you do not. When you do not cast your vote, you actually voted.
No, fair enough.
You made, yes.
So
you made that choice.
Aha.
No, it's fine. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But you don't believe that there was any hanky-panky. There was no grabbing and running away with it in that election.
In every elections in the world, across the world, there's always hanky-panky.
And so we should accommodate it.
It's just
We should take the result of such an election as a true picture.
Uncle Jimmy, lobbying and
Don't Uncle Jimmy me all the time. Just make your points.
I'm trying to ram home the point by saying that these things are the facts of life.
Yes.
Politics is life. We're always trying to influence decisions, trying to make things happen. So it's actually a global trend. It's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. It's just because we're not so developed. So we're saying, oh, we're corrupt. Every country in the world is corrupt.
But does that make it right?
It's not right.
We
We live in a fallen, broken world. So, I mean, what do you expect?
That's what we're saying. And I don't believe that I believe that there might be exceptions to the rules where you have minor infractions, but not a massive one.
My point is, if you chop money, fix the people that voted you into power. Listen to them.
When you have chopped money, what is there? Because when you can chop money, there's no limit. Talo who go see with the leg, we not go grab them.
Everybody chops money one way or the
With
other.
the kind of system that we run, where look, government just decides that even in the midst of all this hunger and whatever, they want to dash 91 billion to some Muslims to go on pilgrimage. And I can tell you this, the Holy Quran, that it says that if you can afford it. So when I spoke to a Muslim scholar, because I have an inquiry in mind, he said to say it in Yoruba, I don't know how to translate. If you translate it to English for me, that anybody who goes with public money that should have been used to feeding people, there is no blessing in it. Is that true of us?
Yes.
Because now, it's just gone on entertainment. If people have been denied the use of money, because Allah is very clear, it's not compulsory. It says it doesn't mean you won't go to heaven. It says if you can have, if they didn't put that proviso, it wouldn't be so much of an argument. It is said specifically, and it's a pity I don't have a Muslim scholar here. I think that it also says that you must make sure that you have cleared all your liabilities before you set on that journey. So it says if you have allowed the politicians pass money that should have been used for development, feeding, and so on of other people, there's no blessing. You've just gone on a sightseeing tour to go and come back.
Well, I think they don't make decisions in isolation. They actually, have conversations with, people or stakeholders behind the scenes. So I'm sure
what is the benefit of that to the whole country? Spending 91 billion on sending people who are going on a private pilgrimage to Mecca. What are they going to bring back?
Emotional succor or spiritual succor
for them. It's 9:21. It's a pity we won't have the movie today because we don't have the materials, but we'll be back next week. Oh, by the way, I'd like to say happy birthday to Agnes Osemobo, who turned 70. She finally got to the 7th floor, unfortunately, ahead of me. It's very painful. Wow. I didn't know she was older than me. I didn't know she was older than me. And so she's having a small do this afternoon, but duty will make me absent, I think. I won't be able to make it. So it's 9:22. Usually we take a break at 9:25, but it's 9:22. I think I can take one call, 020127709993. 020127719993, 020127729993, and 020127739993. We'll take our first caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Chevy.
Yes.
I love listening to this radio oftentimes, and I enjoy it. But sometimes you listen to some very brilliant people, and somewhere along the line, they just drop some things that nuisance you. Look at that intelligent lady in your studio. Now.
No. You're already insulting her by what you're saying. No. You have gone on the wrong path, and it's even rude for you to say, "Look at that intelligent lady." Hey, Boy Boni. Is that how you talk to people?
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's derogatory. Please get off the line, please.
It's quite derogatory.
It's derogatory. Look at. I mean, what's that supposed to mean?
Even if you disagree with anybody, there are ways. Like you said,
I have to bring it down to your level.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
If he said
quite condescending, like
very
look
condescending.
at that. No.
I'm so sorry, Juliet.
Wow.
This is what I face every day.
Oh my goodness. I'm cringing here.
No. This is what I get worse.
Are they coming for me?
No. I get worse. Let me tell you. Let me just cool you down.
Oh my goodness.
I get worse every blessed day. I get it. And the only part that hurts me is in 9 cases out of 10. I don't mind being criticized. I mean, I learn a lot from that. But the only part that hurts me is usually the very people you are trying to save are the most vocal, defending the people that want to imprison them. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Who takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness? Is it when it is cooked with no seasoning cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans?
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of Knorr cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
In Nigeria, the weather can change in an instant, just like life itself. Even when you are caught in a heavy downpour or harmattan has left your skin dry, there's one thing that never changes: the restoring power of Vaseline Petroleum Jelly. Because we all know when harmattan strikes, if you are not protecting your skin, it cracks. So do your lips, and no one wants that. So use Vaseline Petroleum Jelly to keep your skin healthy, smooth, moisturized, and protected all day long, so you can embrace every season with confidence.
Big mommy, add that bokoto we go senior school. Put 2 roundabout. Anoint the package with that slim thick shaki and
Uncle, no vex o. Which teeth you wan use eat all this orishi? That your teeth will be like where motor jam truck. You know they worry you again.
that one na before. All thanks to the new Close-Up Complete Fresh Protection.
That's right. The new Close-Up Complete Fresh Protection toothpaste gives you complete oral protection with fluoride and antibacterial zinc to keep your teeth strong, prevent tooth holes, and fight bacteria.
Please have to go buy my own new Close-Up Complete Fresh Protection toothpaste.
Close-Up Complete Fresh Protection for your important oral care needs. Available in a blue gel.
I wanna be as strong as Captain Amazing. I'm with amazing, they cereal, that is what I'll be. I've got strong bones, sharp eyes. I'm an amazing mentor, that's right. I'm with amazing, they cereal, that is who I am.
Now tell me what you need.
Amazing day cereal.
Golden Penny Amazing Day Cereal. Nurture them for the future.
Chinedu! Don't worry, Ma. He'll be home on time, just like his dad. I'm cooking their favorite jollof with Sonia tomato mix. They are here.
Hey, is that jollof ready?
Right on time. Your loved ones will always rush home for tasty meals prepared with Sonia tomato mix. It's so good eating together with a family.
Yes, Ma.
Sonia tomato mix brings you together. Proudly Nigerian.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste it and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo 3-in-1 milky and creamy for you. It's so milky. I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids the new Milo 3-in-1. Milky and creamy. It's truly milky. It contains calcium to help your champ win every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Mommy, my teacher said 90% of my brain will develop by the time I am 5.
Really? What else did she say?
She said I need iron in my food for my brain to grow well.
Oh, very true. And that's why I give you Cerelac Junior every day, which provides half of your daily iron needs.
And Cerelac Junior tastes so good.
Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus. It's all good.
If you get the big dreams, to do big things, lonely day with red money. If you get the big dreams, to do big things, lonely day with red money. If you get the big dreams,
Get loans of up to 7 million naira on Rain Money. Call 0700 5000 500 or visit rainmoney.com to get started now.
New Lafarge water shield cement now confirm.
Hey, Oga, we don't ready to start the foundation.
Say everything done set?
Yes, sir. What you remain now to buy granite, sand, iron rods, concrete blocks, cement, and.
Engineer, wait. Which kind of cement on I want use? Tell me.
Now the normal cement, sir.
Sure, on I want use normal cement for site where water log. Haba, you never hear about Lafarge water shield? The new waterproof cement when no the let now water wahala spoil house for water log area.
Sir.
Put full stop for water wahala for your building. If you want build house for waterlogged area, the correct cement for you. Now the new Lafarge water shield. Lafarge water shield. Now the Obonge power waterproof cement. Where them formulate for areas where get water wahala.
Lafarge, na confirm. Cement, new Lafarge water shield cement na confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
We can protect your car, your savings.
Let's not make it boring. Let's make insurance a lifestyle. If you've ever wished your insurance offered you more, then you're in good hands with Hares Insurance Group. In addition to our extensive insurance coverage, you can also enjoy free benefits such as networking opportunities, up to 10% discount on hotels, gyms, spas, and your favorite stores, tickets to exclusive events, and free resources to plan your future. So, next time someone asks you, what does your insurance company give you, sir? Your answer should be with Hares Insurance Group. Definitely much more than insurance.
To enjoy all these, sign up on www.hairsinsurancegroup.com. That is HEIRS. Hares Insurance Group. Simple life is here.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
You're listening to Jimi Disu right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Yes, welcome back to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. And one more time, I apologize. We can't do the Bunmi today because we don't have materials. And Juliet Aigbe is here, and let me apologize for that last caller. That's part of what.
It's all right.
Please, I'd like to advise that when people leave their time, working hours, Juliet is a private business person, and it takes a lot for us to bring people in here to spare 1 hour. If you don't agree with them, can't you just be polite about it? What I find in public space is, and I get a lot of that, especially from, in social media, you just believe that if somebody says what you don't like or you are hired, like some of you are hired, you're actually hired to help push the position of your employees and the political parties and so on and so forth. Because a lot of them don't have this, they can't contribute to whatever it is, they go on this abuse. This is a culture that will not be encouraged. We should be able to have a discussion, So we're still going to open up our lines. Julia, don't worry. These things
I'm
happen.
good.
You were a bit rattled, though, I mean.
Not really. I was just kind of shocked at
You were shocked, yes.
the language.
This work is for the good, the bad, and the ugly. 0201-277-0993, 0201-277-1993, 2993, and 3993. We have another caller. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Morning.
Yes, you have Yusuf on the line.
Yes, Mr. Yusuf.
Okay, yes, I'm going to your guest. See, your guest, she is on point, too, and I agree with everything she says.
Yes.
We elect these people in. So, and I think Nigeria deserves what we are getting currently now. Like this. Because see, you will find out that even people that we are even trying to save from the hands of all these political predators, they are even the ones that are coming from. Exactly.
Yes.
And see, sir, I don't envy you, Uncle Jimmy. I don't envy you.
Why?
Yes, because you guys, you people, you saw Nigeria working, you witnessed Nigeria working, and in your presence, you guys watch this country going down the drain. So sometimes when I have conversation with my dad in Ibadan, anytime I travel there, you feel the agony in his voice when you are discussing Nigeria.
Yes.
Sure. So it's the same. So I can work on with you when I can figure out that same agony in your voice when you talk. And the people of my generation, we are not listening. And we are doing, my dad is always saying one thing, that we ourselves, we are making the same mistake that his generation has made, which is allowing the worst of them to rule over the best of them. And it is the same thing that my generation we are doing.
Thank you. Very well put. Thank you very much. Thank you for that that contribution. He's right, and I think I tend to agree with you that we voted them in the sense that if we ever thought that there were infractions going on, what did we do?
I was trying to connect what the other person was trying to say, because I was okay, where did I go off there?
Well, we didn't. So we can't guess for him. We can't guess.
Well, we actually do deserve the governance that we have right now, because
that's why I said that I tend to agree with you, and I also agree, talking as adults, that rigging is part of this. I mean, there's a moral side to it, but a lot of us agree that morality runs out of the window. I mean, when you have a political party that party members have been enjoying to grab it and run with it.
Well, let's face it. We cannot turn a blind eye to what's going on and play cognitive dissonance. That could come in, because everything affects us.
That in itself, that denial. Okay, because you do find people who are now saying, I'm not voting next time. After all, they will not. Who are they?
Exactly.
Who are they?
Not even voting means that you have voted, because because whoever you want, or whatever you desire, or whoever you don't want to be there, is going to get more votes because you didn't vote. And if those who didn't want him to be there, or wants him to be there, voted, and you didn't vote, so I just feel like not voting.
But it's also there's a balance between that kind of thought and the power of those who capture the state. That power is massive. And to defeat that power is going to take. But it's been done in Senegal. It's been done in some African countries. Those who fought against the status quo and won. But do we have the discipline and the presence of mind to do that, to make sure that at the very least, our votes count? Because I think that if a country, don't forget that a lot of the political process is based on perception.
Sure, which is stronger than reality.
I give you an example. The 8 years of fashion. I'm not going to apologize for giving that example, because that's what it is. The 8 years of Fashola gave me the biggest comfort ever. I just felt that comfort that for example, if there was a flood, Fashola now. You understand what I'm saying? And if he didn't do it, I probably have an excuse, because I already have the perception that it's the kind of perception you have as a child. When armed robbers or whatever come to your house, you run to your daddy's room. Your dad himself, who wants to run into the room. Or the kind of perception you have in religion. If anything happens, you run to your pastor. In 9 cases out of 10, if you are not careful, they will fail you in reality. But you still run there. And if it happens again, you still go back there again. So, I'm glad you agreed that perception is part of the reality. And I hope we get there. How has your business fared, though? Let's use you as a guinea pig.
Okay, well, to be candid,
don't worry, the tax people don't listen to this program. They don't
but
like
I actually
it.
pay my taxes, so it's not a problem.
Well, I thought you'd be afraid. I thought
No, and I must say, I must actually commend LRS, because they didn't just come and say pay your tax. They actually gave us a means to DIY the whole process. Your LRS can do it online by yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I do my stuff on my own. I don't need to go through an accountant and everything.
My encounter with them was extremely encouraging. I'm going to admit that too. It was extremely encouraging. And they know their onions.
Yeah, they do.
They know their onions. And at some point we were able to reach a compromise. And whether you like it or not, Nigeria is a developing country.
And
so you're not going to get
to shock you. I mean, if you earn like 40,000 naira, your tax to LRS is less than 2,000 naira, like 1,600 or something.
Yeah,
it's not like you were paying a kill or something.
I think the fear, and to be honest with you, people had lost confidence in people have lost confidence in anything government.
My issue is that we should also hold governments accountable.
Yes, on how the money is spent.
Doing that, and I like how a lot of WhatsApp groups are coming up now, different segments. If we can just gather together, build a cohesive voice, we can actually make a difference. Because I think is the more we are, the stronger the voice to make.
But why do I get a feeling that those who govern us believe that there's nothing we can do? I see a lot of brazen behavior. I see a lot of brazen behavior where it's like, I mean, just like in the midst of all this, you just threw 91 billion at. I mean,
you're still going to that one.
No, because you see, it's not going to end. That's another problem you have with laying a bad example. Now, when it's time for the Christians to go to Jerusalem, they'll be asking for the same. When it's time for the Isheshe people to go, and according to the law, Nigeria is a what country do we call ourselves now? It's a secular country. So all those who want to go to Burma or wherever it is for El Kanka, whatever, they could make a noise. They could make a stink. If the Celeste want to go to they go on pilgrimage to where is this place? Ayetoro, no. Their headquarters. I mean, so there are things that you would think that by 2024 we are not getting ourselves involved in. That we do. So if my tax is given to people to go enjoy themselves in America, the government too should give me money to go for summer.
Average Nigerian who is his local government chairman, he doesn't really
know.
So I don't think governments.
But I like the development that is coming up, and I commend the Tinubu government for that. Even though it was Tinubu himself who laid that bad example, where they want to now empower the local governments. I think he's probably seen that what he did created, because you don't even know. Wait a minute. I don't know my local government chairman in Sulere. I don't know him. No, I don't know him. Do you know your local government chairman?
Where?
Don't you know where you live? Why are you asking me?
Where? Lagos or Ibadan?
You live in VI.
And they kind of have offices every Wednesday and Thursday.
Who is your you live?
I know that she is Alaja. And I know,
Alaja what? There are many Alajas.
And I know her office.
Well, yes, it's even better than I know. No, I know where I know where my local government chairman's office is, but I'm not sure I want to go there anyway.
Yeah. Why not, Uncle Jimmy?
I don't know him.
You can just go and introduce yourself to him and and then engage.
And the only time you find me,
their offices are kind of open. You can walk in there. We've walked in there many times. Like, okay, we want to do this, and they will come to our community. Like, okay, it's like, okay, let's talk. I said, okay, beyond talking, let's execute. So we really
because of what you have said, on Monday, I'm going to go to my local government chairman. At least he'll be in office on a Monday.
No, not Mondays.
When is the best time?
I think Wednesdays and Thursdays.
To pay a courtesy visit.
Because they actually have, I think they have sittings on Mondays.
Somebody should tell the local government chairman that don't go embarrass me. Because usually I hear that when you go to the person,
It's standard practice.
It's
standard practice.
No, but that's being hospitable.
I'll point to the monster that I have that. Okay, let's pick one of the calls here again. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Akinola. I've always been listening to you. But, Uncle Jimmy, I have a reservation. And I'm sorry. What is happening in the country?
Yes.
Because you people allowed it. For instance, you're like a father.
Who are we people? Let me first of all know.
Okay. Your age grade is something.
They cost it, Abby. Their generation cost it.
I'm 30-something years old. I'm trying my early 30s.
Yes.
You see what is going on in the country. For instance, look at what Professor Wole Soyinka said about.
No, leave Professor Wole Soyinka.
But can you discuss the two?
Okay. So because you have a minute, I'd like to take you on. I'd like to ask you a question. Now that we have caused it, what do you want to do?
Okay, one of the first problems is that most of you need to leave for us to correct.
Okay, now that some of us have decided not to leave, what are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
I'm allaying you.
You see, go to the social media. Is your age mates that are there defending some of the wrong things of this country?
Exactly.
That's why somebody like me also is also making sure that things is right. And that's why I used to appreciate your thoughts sometimes. I wish you can have some elderly persons who can also see things from their own perspective. See, to get Nigerian right is not difficult. It's just to make sure that we do the right thing. We need to
it is only difficult. It won't be difficult if we have the right mindset.
True.
If people know that they should work for the collective before we can eat individually.
Because when you said Nigeria is a developing country, at 64 years, a lot much in develop. 64 years father is not a developing father. By now, out of 2000, we're not talking of Dubai. Now Dubai is where we are celebrating. So Nigeria need to put our hands together. If they are listening to we the young people, they should please let's get this country.
One thing I want you to understand is this. If you continue with the mentality of if they are listening, what do you mean? These people don't want to go anywhere. Why will they listen?
See, they don't want to go because
they don't want. They will not go. They're not that they don't want to go. They will not go for as long as the young people are not ready. Okay, they want to continue to do the blame game. It's your generation. If for example, in an election, do you know that the young people can overrun this country in an election?
We tried that during the election, but we know what. I don't want to go in this.
A lot of your people who are turncoats.
Uncle Jimmy.
A lot of your. Don't forget that when you talk about young people, we are not just talking of you educated ones that are in Facebook, whatever. We are talking across the board.
Yeah.
Some of your generation that are happy to be Agbero. Some of them that are happy to carry the chairman's bag. Some of them that are happy to go and take small money to be repairing TV and so on and so forth.
Be singing for your below.
I know what I did when I was a young man. Radio.
Uncle Jimmy.
Yes.
I'd like to meet you one day, but this talk is not.
Don't listen. Do your own. Our own generation has gone. Yeah, if I fall dead in this studio now, they'll be happy. My children will kick out and get Sonny Ade to play.
We'll take Ashwebi.
They'll be Ankara. And then young people need to have a plan. We developed systematically. We started from university. And we started when things were good. Ironically. And at that time, what age were our leaders then? Obasanjo was in his 40s. Gawon was in his 30s. Do you understand? Gawon was in his 30s, free education, free this and free that. We were still fighting. And for God's sake, Efi Babale, leave Professor Wole Soyinka. Let him, he's almost 90. Let him just enjoy the rest of his life in peace. Okay, let's see if we can take another caller. You must be enjoying this.
Well,
will you come and do my job for a change?
No way. I don't hot seat. For talk entrepreneurship, you find me there.
Where entrepreneurship thrives in a peaceful environment.
It does actually, and
Our
that's why I'm here
environment-
because I feel like I can't just be focused on just business. Let's talk about general issues and see how we can.
Yes,
make a
I'll invite
difference.
you to talk entrepreneurship. Maybe on a Saturday that will be easier for you. By the way, I'd like to thank you for that. I shouldn't say it in front of Sherry. If you want a piece,
Banana cake.
But what can I do? She brought me banana cake.
That's good.
Banana bread and cake is controversy now. Is it cake or bread?
Is it cake or bread?
It's delicious. That's what I can say.
Well, I'd like to thank you for the banana cake or bread. It is not to be eaten by anybody who puts on
We're
the cap.
going to share.
No,
We are going to share it.
what she
Don't
said.
put any cap on it.
What she has said is that
There is
anybody
no
who
cap.
wears a cap,
There is no
Olije-
cap.
No, that's the juju.
We are sharing it.
Okay, there's a love portion inside. Too.
I want to chop.
You want to love Juliet?
Yes.
Abolonjeku. 9:49. I'm going to be out of here in 2 minutes. I'll take my last caller for the day. Hello, good morning.
Uncle Jimmy, good morning.
Morning. How are you?
Very well, sir. I've been listening to Nigeria FM because of you.
It's Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info.
Thank you, Nigeria Info.
Info.
Then
Thank
I
you.
want to also say I love you so much. And
No, you are Melo. You know, that's
I
a
know.
risky thing to say.
African man answer.
That's a risky thing to say.
And also, Uncle Jimmy, I want to apologize for the first caller with.
No, I know. We've taken that. No, there's
No,
that.
it's
You know,
okay.
we know vex.
I-
Nama Pekin. We got to go. It's 9:50.
Yes,
I got to
thank
go.
you,
Thank you
Uncle
very
Jimmy.
much. This engine is very wicked. Juliet, thank you very, very much. I'm so sorry we didn't have materials for.
No, but it's okay. We had a great
But
time.
we had a great time, yes. We did have a great time, and I'd like to thank you for coming.
Thank you
But
for having me.
to show that you are not angry, will you come next week?
Okay, I will come next week.
For Diabumi.
In short, I'm going to come. In short, I'm like, bring me on.
To bring me on.
I lost some
And to show that you are not intimidated, intimidated by that
Oh,
caller.
I mean, they take me on Facebook a lot of times on my social issues, and
So-
that's
so
because
you're
I want to
used
make
to
a
it.
difference.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
used to
yes,
it.
If you like, Sherry, if you like, this is Madame, don't become politician.
We have to have a voice, so we have to find that voice.
You have to find that
Yeah.
voice. Okay, so that's where we'll end our program for today. One more time, happy birthday to Agnes Osamobo.
And my
who-
daughter was
How old?
yesterday.
Agnes
Rina was
was
16
70.
years- 16.
Your daughter was 16.
Yeah.
2 more years, she'll come to Diabumi. because sometimes I like to listen to young people's perspective.
Okay.
So once he's 18, bring her here.
Okay.
Bring her. Let her take another 2 years to. But you'll be surprised, though, young children of nowadays. Do you get to talk to her one-on-one?
Oh, she's my best friend.
Your best friend. She knows where your corpses are buried.
I have no skeleton.
Oh, my shiri, mama. Okay, that's why we're going to end it for today. We'll be back again tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Who did I have for tomorrow? It's surprising how things just vanish from your head. Oh, yes, we have the story of Noye. Noye has a daughter who has cerebral palsy, if that's the right word. And so the daughter turns 18.
Wow.
And so she wants to come and tell her story. Or rather, I want her to come and tell her story of what she's been through and so on and so forth, just for us to get a feel of what it's like. So we'll be back here tomorrow. I remember on Friday, Libros will be here to talk about Governor. This thing is my great idol, Governor. What's his name now of Abia State?
Oti.
Governor Oti. Libros says no. He has some things that makes it otherwise. So I'm putting Nkiru too on notice. He's a great fan of Governor Oti. I put it on notice. So Libros will be here on Friday. And on Saturday is the big one, a tribute to my big Egbon, Dele Adetiba at 80.
Wow, awesome.
I gotta go. Coming up next is What's Up Lagos. I wish I could say it like the way Feta says it. Can you raise your voice that way? You're just back from leave.
no.
You don't want to break your vocal cords.
No.
Okay, we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, Lagos.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.